Hello, parents and students of 7K. For those that may not have met me in person, for the parents, I am Miss Stewart, and I am just going to show you guys a quick video on how students can access their work and how to sign in to allow us to mark the role and where they can answer questions over this next term as we move into remote learning. As you can see on Compass, I've just got the schedule up, so tomorrow I have the students twice. So I've got them for Health Period 1 and for Prac Period 3. For students to know what work we'll be doing in that class, they can just go to that dashboard of that class and there will always be a lesson plan up by 9 AM of the day that I have them. So it allows students to see what our learning intentions will be, so what we hope to cover, how the content will be presented, what learning by exploring we'll be doing, and then there'll be a review and reflect at the end of the lesson. So the way that the structure will work will probably differ from lesson to lesson potentially slightly as we get, myself and the students get used to the content, but I always hope to either do a live video or a recording of myself talking about the work that I expect them to do. Students will then complete the work at their own pace, and then we'll come back together at the end of the lesson for a review and reflect. Where that checking in and live videos will occur will be on MS Teams. So I'm just going to open that up now. Students that were at school in the last couple of weeks of term will have access to this already, so I can see that some students have already logged on, which is excellent, and this is where I will be marking the role via Compass. One of my first posts was about rules and regulations. This will be really important, something that I will continue to emphasise with students about acting appropriately, how to use the chats and so forth. And this is our main thread. So if students had random questions, not during lesson time, this is maybe somewhere they could ask a question. You can see here on the left-hand side, I've created extra channels and I'll continue to do so for each of our lessons. So for tomorrow's health lesson, there's nothing here yet. For students to log on and so I can mark them as present on Compass, I'm going to type something into the conversation tab. I may ask them just to like the post, or it might be a do now question where I ask them a question, they need to write their answer underneath, and that would mean that I know that they are online. If students do not do this within 5 minutes of the lesson starting, they will be marked as absent, and then notifications may go out as normal. If students have a question that they want to ask, they can just ask it underneath a particular thread. So you can see here for my rules and regulations tab, a student could press reply and then they can write a question which may assist other students in the class as well. So I'll be encouraging students to ask any questions there. They also have the option of this chat bar here where they can message me individually. So if they feel a bit nervous potentially to do it in front of their classmates, that's an option, but I really would encourage students to try and ask questions, in this section here. When I'm asking students to upload work, that will be back on Compass. So if I go onto the Compass and I go to learning tasks, I've created 2 for remote learning. One is for health and one is for our pre-PE prac lessons. This task here, all right, we'll be using all term, okay, and what it says here that I will be continuing to check and they'll be uploading more and more content. So by the end of the term, they may have 20 or 30 pieces of work that they would have submitted via this one learning task. It also gives me the opportunity to give feedback via the conversation tab. And sometimes students may be required to do a review and reflect as per this conversation tab. As parents, you can check this to see A, are they handing in work, and B, what feedback am I giving to those students. We have another one here for our PE prac classes. Students will be required to do some sort of journal and again a review and reflect on how they feel, what they enjoyed, how much PE or activity in general are they getting each day, and then we'll be putting that work into that prac learning task there. Once this class has finished or is heading, so say we do a PE class and we go through maybe a yoga class for 30 minutes and the students then get a chance to write a reflection. At the end of the lesson, I'll be writing again some sort of post where students will either like or comment on that post, and that means that I know that they've stayed around for the whole lesson. If students are leaving after the first 5 minutes, obviously that would be a concern and parents would be contacted if this was to happen more than once. I do hope that in my prac lessons I'll be able to screen things onto my computer which students will be able to see, and we can exercise together, and I think that would be a really enjoyable thing and great for the students' mental health as well, as I know this must be really challenging for a lot of us, including myself, to not have that access to their friends or their school community. If the students have any questions, please email me, or they can ask me a question via MS Teams, and I will continue to give out any extra information that I need to do so. Thank you.